Here is another look at the nightlife in St. Petersburg, Florida. And this is downtown St. Petersburg, and this street here is Central Avenue between 2nd and 3rd Street North. So the reason that this street is blocked off is because it is the first Friday of the month. And so every first Friday of the month they have this thing here called First Friday, and they close off these two streets, the two avenues, and have a live band. Usually it's some kind of cover band like you hear now. They're singing The Who, I guess. So they have this, it starts kind of early, I think around 8 o'clock, and finishes around 10. So this is kind of early in the night right now. And although this street looks pretty packed, you'll see from when I go around the block, it's not as busy yet, because the clubs around the block and some of the bars, they really don't start getting packed until after 12. So it seems like the people who come for the live concert, a lot of them might be an older crowd that don't really stay all night, so they leave maybe after 10, 11 or so, 12, and then the second kind of younger crowd comes in and stays till 3 o'clock or whatever. But here you see it's still really crowded, so I'm gonna try to head over into the street to see what's going on in a minute. So it's really hard to even get a few feet here on the sidewalk. There, finally got a little opening. Okay, so let's see some of these places here. Most of these bars have outside seating. Some of them have some live music. And this place on the right here, is very new. It was a pretty good pizza place before, and they knocked it down and they opened this garage style kind of bar with the garage doors in the front that come down. So let me get back into the street and see what kind of strange things I see. You see these girls over here with their roller derby get up with some signs. I don't know what that's all about. I guess they're promoting some kind of roller derby. I don't know. But yeah, so between these streets you can buy some wine or beer from these vendors. I don't know if they're some kind of charity or something like that the proceeds go to. But anyway, you can buy beers in the street here and drink them while walking around, as long as you don't go past 2nd and 3rd Street. So if you try to go past, the police will make you get rid of the drinks. So check out what's going on here. This girl has some old typewriter, like something from the 1920s, and her shtick is to, I guess, talk to somebody and I guess find out their name or a few things about them, and she writes a poem about them off the top of her head on this old school typewriter. And she's actually, looks like she's pretty good. I don't know, the last time they had typing classes in high school is probably 30 years ago, but she seems to be pretty good at it. I guess maybe if she was around in the 1900s with this, she would probably be the original freestyle rapper here. Coming up with raps off the top of her head, I guess. Anyway, it's pretty strange to see that, but I guess if you're creative enough, you can come up with anything to make some money in a setting like this. So the old typewriter is kind of a good gag or to draw people in, to maybe get them to pay her to write a poem for them or something. I don't know. So anyway, here's the end of the street, and you see they got a big garbage truck blocking it, and I guess this is for, so drunks don't come down here and plow into the street, or terrorists or something like that. I don't know. And this lady over here, I can't play the music, but she's playing some Red Hot Chili Peppers, and these guys are dancing along. So it seems like there's always something going on down here. Even if you're not really here to drink, there's music to listen to and just watch some strange people or whatever. So coming up over here, this place on the right also has live music. I think it's more of a kind of jazz or something along those lines. It's not heavy rock or anything like that. It's more of a kind of a quiet acoustic or something. And here you have your kind of drunk food places, the burritos, the pizza, and all that. So the drunker people get, the more they line up here to get some greasy food to soak up all that alcohol. So coming to the corner here, it's not that crowded around the block. Like I said, the club 261st doesn't really start until later on at night. If you see from my previous video about a year ago, it was so crowded on the sidewalks that people were literally in the street. Like I said, now it's only about, I don't know, 9:30 or something like that. So the crowd for the club music is really not here yet. But these bars are still have a decent amount of people, I guess. And here is Mack Dinton's bar on the right, and they have a cover band going, and I believe they're probably the biggest bar down here, square footage wise. It's a pretty big place. Has kind of a dance floor and a stage and everything, so multiple bar stations. So that place is really one of the places that pretty much everybody stops by when they come down here, I would say, at least for a little bit. So you got these bars with the outside seating here, which is really good in the summer when these places can get pretty hot. And here is another pizza place. That's Joey Brooklyn's, and I'm guessing they're from Brooklyn. I've tasted their pizza, and it's definitely New York style pizza. I don't know if it's Brooklyn or what, but it's definitely New York pizza. It's really good pizza for down here, so, or for anywhere really. So this guy's playing his drums over here. I don't know what his card says. And we're gonna see that Janice Live over here on the right, this little alleyway. There's a concert going on tonight. I don't know what the concert is, some kind of rock concert or something. So that's going on as well. And coming up on the right is another bar called Ringside Cafe right here, and they have a pretty big dance floor and a stage for live acts. And so Fridays and Saturdays, I think they always have a live act. It could be rock, or sometimes it's a mix between like rock and some R&B. And it's always pretty packed. A lot of people come there to dance and hang out. So another good option there. And here we are back at the corner. So the live band is still playing over to the right. And you see these barriers here. Once you go past these barriers, you're not allowed to have an open container of alcohol. So you have to get rid of it. Otherwise, if you come out here and drink, I think you'll get a ticket or something. So here's some street performers on the left. And so I'm gonna head back towards the corner and cross over and check out the other couple of places that we haven't walked by yet, diagonally across the street. And there are, I think there's 2 clubs over there and 1 bar. Well, 2 bars on that street. So the clubs are kind of a high-end, I don't know, high-end lounge kind of dance club kind of place, the kind of place where it looks like you have to get table service or something along that lines, because every time I walk by there, there's always limos outside of people celebrating something, or some bachelorette party or bachelor party or something. Everybody's usually dressed pretty well too. Probably the best dressed people around here are going over there. So a lot of suits and ties, and women wearing dresses and high heels and that kind of thing at this club over here. So coming across the street, there is another band on the corner playing jazz, I think. Yeah. So I see these guys here pretty often. I think this is kind of their spot. So you see the street, it's not really crowded right now. At 12 o'clock, it's going to be so crowded that it's going to be hard to walk through here. There'll be people online, people just hanging out in front, waiting to go in, or smoking a cigarette or whatever. But this is the place. I think it's called Estate. So this is probably the more high-end kind of club over here. And then next to it is another club, not sure of the name, but even right now you see it's pretty busy in there. So it's a good amount of people. And then next to that is a country western bar called One Night Stand, and it has a mechanical bull you can ride. And they play not only country music, they play other kinds of music, and there's also a bit of a dance floor, so people do some line dancing or whatever they do. So this girl got up on the mechanical bull and is waiting for the DJ or whatever to turn it on, and I was hoping I would get a shot of her riding it, but I guess they were taking a while and I really didn't want to wait. So that's the end of my video about downtown St. Petersburg bars and clubs on the first Friday of the month. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down and leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.